Getting more kills in Warzone 2 requires a balance between positioning and movement. You know, you gotta really understand both how and when to use each of them. So today, we're gonna be breaking down just a really good high kill quads win that I had, focusing on really how I balance those two things. How do I balance and when do I use positioning versus when do I use movement? Now, starting off right here, guys, if you are subscribed to me, you know that this isn't the first time that I've talked about these two things, but I do wanna quickly review the 5 key points of positioning and the 7 different movements that we use. For positioning, information, range, cover, high ground, and angles. And we'll kind of talk about those further in an actual engagement. This way you kind of see how I use them. Movement is about 7 things: strafing, jumping while shooting, jump peeking corners, drop shotting, snaking, dolphin diving, and the #1 way that we outplay enemies, sprinting while plating. Now, jumping in right here, guys, let's talk about positioning. I knew that people landed over here, but I don't know how many there are. I don't know if it's 1 or if it's 4, and I don't have kind of a full picture of what I'm pushing into. So I've got to play this patient. Notice right here, like, I'm in a really good spot besides the fact that I don't have the best angle to be able to get it down. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get that down right there. So I've got to have trigger discipline. I really focused on playing more patient this game, and sure enough, lo and behold, I went on to drop a high kill win. It's kind of crazy how those two things work, but we got to understand that Warzone 2 doesn't have a lot of outplay potential, so we've got to really find a way to balance the two as opposed to trying to play movement like we did in Warzone 1. Now, right here, that original guy that I saw, the CDL, I guess it was the LA Thief skin, he ends up peeking his head right here. He's starting to go third, he's right there. So he's going to third party down the hill. Now, as I kind of go to play my positioning here, I've got good cover, I've got high ground, I actually hear another enemy. One thing with positioning when we talk about close quarters is slowing down. Right here, look how I slow down, right? I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to hold this angle right here, and that allows me to listen for a second. When I am running and when an enemy is running, there's not really any footstep audio. Now, right here, guys, I go ahead and buy my Vaznev. I'm not with my teammates. I'm not going to find 20K for a loadout. Might as well go ahead and quickly buy my Vaznev. That gives me a lot of confidence in close quarters. This is the gun that I feel most comfortable with right now. So all of a sudden, I feel really confident that I can win a gunfight. And either one of two things is either going to happen. You know, either I'm going to go ahead, well, I guess there's a lot of things, but if I get the kill, then I get the information about where everybody else is. If this guy ends up not being here and I don't find him, then I just loot up and then I'm able to get my AR and then I'm good to go ahead and push. Now, right here, guys, just a little thing. Centering around corners. Didn't really expect that guy to be in here. #1 thing that I want to highlight when it comes to movement in close quarters, as we get the kill, we notice people are down the hill. But look at the jump peek, guys. The jump peek forces him to miss shots to my right side. As I slow this down here, we're going to jump peek the corner. Look at how he's missing shots to my right side because I jumped so far out here. That gives me the little window of opportunity that I need to be able to go ahead and win that gunfight, which gives me the information that people are down the hill. I can go ahead and loot up here. Now, when we talk about looting up, I'm looking for another, what, $5,900, I guess. $5,900 gives me enough for my AR as well as a perk package. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly buy that, and then I'm going to act on the information down the hill. You know, the first thing with positioning is we got to have information about where to push. One of the biggest ways to do that, and one of the biggest things you can work on, is starting to listen for teams fighting. Then from there, you can easily third party. Now, once again here, focus on my patience, right? Let's go through kind of the 5 main things right here. When we talk about the 5 main things of positioning that we'll focus on. Information, right? I know that there's 2 teams here. Not sure if it's 8 enemies or 4 enemies, but I know that there's 2 teams. Do I have good range for the Lockman 5.56? Yes, I can easily get it down right here. Do I have good cover? Yes. Do I have good high ground? Yes. Do I have a good angle to shoot into the building? I have a good angle if somebody peeks on this front side here, but not the best angle possible. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to try to get a knock, but I'm eventually going to go ahead and push in, right? So I'm going to play top of the rock here, then we're going to fly over. Now, this little difference right here, difference right here, instead of pushing into the building, I'm going to stay on the outside where it's a little bit safer. You can kind of see I go to push in, and then I'm like, no, this angle right here is less risky than pushing into the building because I can easily drop down, and you're going to see me do that right here. I'm able to get that knock, and then I do kind of go to push in. Well, sure enough, enemy number 2's right behind. Now, because I shot this enemy in his back and didn't take any damage, I'm able to get that down as well. But you see how I'm easily able to drop behind? That gives me cover. Then I can go ahead and start sprinting while plating if I need to, at which point I can start to finesse. Now, right here, we're going to go ahead and get kill #1. We're going to get kill #2 right there. And notice both enemies are down below me here. So now I know that I need to finesse a little bit, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop down this way, and we're just going to slow down for a second. They don't know where I went, so we're going to slow down here. We're going to quick reload. Now we're going to re-engage. The re-engage being most important. There's our positioning, right? Really good spot. I don't have high ground here, but high ground's not important. There's enemy number 1 down. And I want to quickly talk about this here in a second after you kind of see this play out, right? So we quickly snap to this guy. This is where centering is so important. When I center my crosshairs around this corner, what you're going to notice is because I go to center, I center on this enemy right here. But because I'm centered with my crosshairs out, all I have to do is make a little adjustment right here, and that guy easily goes down. There's both kills. We're up to 5 kills in this first circle. If you are subscribed to me, if you are looking to get better, make sure you are subscribed down below. But once again, if you are subscribed, you know we talk about the key to a 20 bomb is 6 kills in the first circle, 6 kills in the second circle, 4 kills in third circle, 4 kills in endgame. That's our 20 bomb right there. So we're just 1 kill shy here of 20 bomb pace. Now I'm going to rotate out. Only thing that I have to really act on at this point is this crown up ahead. So watch how we play positioning. Once again, going back to how we started this video, that first engagement, I don't know how many enemies are here, right? I don't know if it's 1 or if it's 4 guys sitting in a corner. So I'm just going to play my high ground here, right? We always look for high ground first. If you have information, but it's not concrete, play your high ground, see what you can find, put yourself in a good position. Also notice the cover here, playing a head glitch. Guys, try to play head glitches as much as possible. It forces you, it puts your enemy in a really bad spot. Put your enemy in a really bad spot. Now let's go ahead and see what we can find here. High alerted to the left side. We're going to trust my high alert. By the way, when we talk about perk packages here, look at the perk package that I have. I've got double time, I've got bomb squad, I've got resupply, and I got high alert. Well, my normal perk package in a loadout is going to be overkill, double time, resupply, and high alert. So this perk package basically is better than the one that I get usually because I have the addition of bomb squad. So I'm going to trust my high alert right here. There's a guy right there. Notice that we're just short of 20 pace right here, but I'm trying to play smart. Trying to get that down a little bit outside of the range right there. And now we're going to go ahead and kind of clear this just real quick. Try to clear it. I hear one outside. Watch how important this is, guys. Little bit of strafing right there also increases my aim assist. But what you're going to see is this clean kill allows me to easily challenge enemy number 2, right? So watch the strafing. There's the aim assist, increased aim assist. Now we're going to go ahead, counter UAVs down. There's enemy number 2 pushing me right behind. So I go prone. Make it a little bit harder for him to hit me. Pretty easy kill right there. And guys, that's 7. Actually, we kind of kicked off the second circle now, right? So now we're starting to look for 12 in this next circle. By the way, what's your thought process right here? Your thought process right here has to be 2 things. Number 1 is remember the guy that I shot at before that was down the hill? So that's 1 cue to go ahead and take a look at what's going on. The second cue is this right here, right? These guys know that I am up here based on this. So I'm going to go ahead and try to catch them rotating. Assuming that they might try to push up here, I'm going to try to catch them rotating a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of spoiler alert, playing my high ground, playing my cover, trying to see what I can find, trying to get some information. Don't see anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here. We're going to go ahead and buy a UE, see what we can find. And this is unfortunate, guys. UEs are a little bit busted right now, so they don't work like they should, right? No, there's no way there's this many ghosted enemies here. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of re-peek, just try to see what I can find here, still trying to see, and at some point you got to give it up, right? The only information that I have to act on is kind of like these 2 guys here and my teammates being really annoying, pinging these guys beyond belief 190 meters away. So let's go ahead and rotate over here, see what we can find. Watch how we play this. Watch how we slow down here. You know, if you've caught me on streams, you know that I've been struggling with positioning a little bit lately, and I tried really hard this game to focus, and like I said, sure enough, I dropped 22. There's our initial knock. There's our initial thirst. That gives us the information. 1 up above, 1 down below, just around the left side here. That's a pretty easy kill right there. 2 kills immediately, right? Just because I played a little bit patient, I was able to get that kill out of the sky. Now, I want to still play positioning here, trying to still see what I can find, see if I can get another knock, you know, try to figure out, okay, this might be 2 teams here. You know, maybe it's 3. I don't know what exactly is going on, right? I don't know any information besides the 2 guys on UE, but that's not always enough to act on. We're going to go ahead and challenge this guy right here. That down would have changed a lot. That down would have given me so much information about, like, you know, how many enemies are here, where are they, but I can't figure out where this guy went. So we go ahead, we fry this guy out of the sky again. You know, guys, be very careful pulling your parachute. As you get into better lobbies, you know, you're going to get fried out of the sky if you pull below that time when you have spawn protection. Now, that kill right there gives me information that there's 1 inside. So let's go and act on that. You can see how the positioning creates the momentum. Right here, little tip, guys, when I shoot this guy and I don't get the armor sign, right? I don't get like a purple or a break or anything like that. I know this guy's down to his base health. He doesn't have plates. Pretty easy kill right there. And now let's go ahead and shift this, okay? So far right now, we've talked a lot about positioning. Let's go ahead and focus on movement here. We're about to really use movement here in Suki. Now we got 11 kills, still 6 other teams, very healthy lobby. I did switch out for the thermite just because I feel like they're a little bit quicker to throw, and I mean, I guess they're pretty much the same, but I don't know why I switched out. I just think the thermites are a little bit better. Trying to figure out where people are. Now, instead of just pushing inside the building, let's go ahead and push on the outside, right? I don't like pushing up the stairwell to the top of that part of Suki. It's just very risky. People put like prox mines and claymores down and cluster mines, and they sit in corners. It's a risky push. Going back to what I told you about the house. Remember back in the house, I told you to stay on the outside as much as possible. Now, I've got to be aware of my back here, right? I've got to be aware of the top of this hill, but let's go ahead and see what we can find here. I'm going to push in. There's the guy right there. We're able to go ahead and use the thermite, and then we know that we have to get down. Immediately start sprinting while plating here, because I think this guy might be chasing me, so I'm going to take advantage of sprinting while plating, take advantage of the increased movement speed. Let's go ahead and reload. Then we re-engage, right? The re-engage is the most important. By the way, there's 12 kills in the second circle, so we're definitely on 20 pace here. Now we're looking to add on to that. We're right back in here. Let's go right back in, try to see what we can find, kind of pushing a little bit in the inside here, but don't love pushing those stairs. I don't like it at all, so I'm going to really try to avoid it as much as possible. And you're going to see how that kind of helps me here in a second. Still worried about top of the hill a little bit, but we're going to slow down to speed up here. If you are subscribed, you know I talk about that all the time. Slow down to speed up, right? Slow down just a little bit. Go a little bit out of your way to be able to get to this rooftop right here. Then we jump over to this rooftop or kind of climb this rooftop right here. And now we're able to get a really good angle on this guy. And now we just have to execute, right? There's the down. There's the thirst right there. That gives us information. We got one on the outside right there. We just got to find a way to win this gunfight knowing I got shot in the back. There's the down. Let's go ahead and keep moving here. Let's go ahead and plate up. Let's go ahead and plate up and watch this play. This one gets dicey, guys. This is a tough situation right here. I mean, this guy's on the stairs and he is chasing me beyond belief. I throw the thermite down and this guy keeps chasing me, runs right through it. And I finally get reloaded, and that's just, you know, when we look at movement, guys, this little move right here. It's a jump and a strafe at the same time. Simple movements, advanced combinations right here, right? All this is jump to the left, strafe, and we're able to get that down in thirst. 14 kills thus far, 2 guys down below me, so let's go ahead and plate up here, and we start working our way over. Quick little tip here for you when we talk about movement and positioning as well and kind of pace of play. A lot of you struggle with this. A lot of you right here, you just stop, right? You just stop right here. You start throwing plates in. Well, I have the information. These guys are down below me. They can't shoot me from this, right? They don't have a good angle, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start plating and immediately working my way over here. I'm going to immediately work my way over and keep the pressure on. There's the down right there. There's the thirst. That gives me the information that there's 2 more floating around. So 15 kills, guys, 5 other teams. Now let's go ahead and play positioning. When we talk about positioning, 5 things, right? Information, range, cover, high ground, angles. Now, if any one of those things is off, right? If you don't have an ideal spot for one of those things, then we go ahead and reposition and try to find a better position to be in. Watch how that plays out right here. Right? So I don't know where these guys are. I know they're over here somewhere, so I have some piece of information. Now, I see him right here, okay? So, information, we're good. Do I have cover? Not really, right? I'm in a good range here as soon as I switch to my Lachman 5.56. Do I have cover? I'm in an okay spot. I'm not in a great spot. Do I have high ground? No. And do I have a good angle? Yeah, I've got a good angle on this guy. But let's go ahead and reposition here, right? Let's go ahead and see if we can find a better spot to be in. Now, I am going to take the stairs this time because I'm pretty sure it's clear up top. Let's go ahead and just make sure here. Now, this is the difference right here. This is the difference with our positioning. Because I slowed down to speed up again, all of a sudden, do I have information? Yes. Am I in a good range for the Lachman 5.56? Yes. Do I have cover? Yes, I'm on a head glitch. Do I have high ground? Yes. Do I have a good angle? Yes. So just by repositioning a little bit here, now I'm in a really good spot to be able to get that down and be able to get that thirst. So let's go ahead, see what we can find here. 1 down below, 1 on my level. That guy on my level ends up dropping down after I break him. And I do end up pushing in right here. Now, as I go to push in, I end up getting high alerted twice. So we're able to execute right there. The one thing I will say, kind of two things happen right here. Number one is I get high alerted. I'm kind of stuck here, right? So I'm kind of stuck. This isn't a great spot. I probably could have gotten out of this, but didn't really have information. The second thing that I will say is it is unbelievable how quick you take damage here. Like, when I watch this back full speed, I can't believe that I took that much damage there. That's a little bit unfortunate, because if I don't take that much damage, I think I win this. Like, I think if I take maybe a plate of damage there, I easily win this gunfight. I can't believe how much damage I took right there. It is what it is. Let's talk about the regain here. Guys, when we talk about the regain and going back to, let's go back to the beginning, right? Let's go back to when I bought my Vaznev, I bought my Lockman 556, I bought my perks. Look at what we got here. There's our regain, right? So our regain option is still up because I did not prioritize loadout. Instead, I went ahead and bought my perks and stuff. That's the value of buying that stuff early or buying loadout early. Now, right here, I see one floating in. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot that I had a gun flying in here, but we're not going to worry about the thirst. I'm immediately going to get out of there, especially as soon as I see those shots being fired at him. We're going to smoke, and we're going to go ahead and get out. Now, we've got 18 kills here. We're off to a really good game. I mean, this is 26-27 kill pace right here. So let's go ahead. We got to work our way in a little bit, trying to see what I can find. Now, I hear one over to my left side here. So I try to play a little bit unpredictable, try to see if I can shoot him in his back, and then I hear one behind me. Yeah, and we take just a little bit of damage, which puts us in a really bad spot. I get one plate there. I don't have another plate, which is unfortunate, but I still feel confident to challenge here. I still feel like I'm in a really good spot to go ahead and challenge here, and we're actually going to get a UAV up here in a second. There's guys up top there. Again, when we talk about positioning, guys, this is what I talk about with range. Like, I'm not going to be able to get this down. It's just too far. So we got to keep in mind the range of the gun that we're using. Let's go ahead and pop Yui here. There's Yui. Okay, so I see this guy right here. This is the solo player on my level that I'm thinking about. Let's go ahead and see if we can find an angle on him off to the side. He ends up pushing around back. So let's go ahead and challenge this. We're going to go ahead and challenge this here. And you know what? I'm just going to spoil this. I am going to die right here, and then my teammates are going to actually buy me back. But I want to talk about why I die. When I die here, I center my crosshair as well. I anticipate. But watch how I don't anticipate with intent. I don't know that this guy is here. I don't turn this corner going, I know that he's here. I turn this corner and I kind of wait to see that he's here, which is what a lot of you do. A lot of you are doing this right here, where you jump peek the corner and you're like, oh, he actually is there, and then I end up going down. I almost need to pre-fire this corner knowing that he's here and knowing that I'm down probably about like 60 health because I wasn't full plates. So a little bit unfortunate there. Let's go ahead. They're going to hit the buyback, and biggest thing, my teammate did end up killing that guy. We can actually go ahead and land back on our stuff. This is the benefit of having perk packages. And we're once again going to talk about this end game positioning here. You can really see throughout this game that and like I said, if you watch me on stream, you know that I've kind of been struggling with this lately, is trying to rely too much on movement. And I slowed down this game, played my positioning, and it's funny enough that I was able to drop a high kill win. You know, just by slowing down and putting myself in low risk, high reward situations. When we put ourselves in a good position with cover, it's low risk because if we get shot, we can easily get cover. It's high reward because of that range, because of that angle, that we can actually go ahead and get it down. Now, we're in a little bit of a tough spot right here, simply because we can't get high ground, right? I can't get high ground because if I go on top of this building, I can get shot from a lot of different angles. So we're just going to play this positioning. By the way, you want to talk about things like, you know, again, playing positioning and how important it is in Warzone 2. This is another great example, right? Just going to be too over aggressive to get the thirst, and sure enough, I get shot. And then at that point, I've got to make a play. I've got to finesse. I got to use smokes to my advantage, which ends up being okay. But it's like all I had to do there was play positioning, and I would have been fine. There's the 20. There's another down right there. So we know we got circle pull kind of pushing across. We know we have to push in here, but trying to figure out where exactly everybody is, knowing I also don't have a gas mask. As I turn the corner here, there's kill number 21. Real quick peek at the number count, guys. You should be looking at this up here, especially during endgame, trying to understand how many people are left. I know that this is a 4v1 situation, so let's go ahead and push forward a little bit. We obviously grabbed the bounty for the information. Let's go ahead and pull this back just a second here. We're going to quick plate up, and my teammate's going to end up going down here. Then we just keep the pressure on, guys. So I hope you really start to understand and focus on the positioning and movement balance. Trying not to use movement too much, putting yourself in bad situations. Play positioning, low risk, high reward. Information, range, cover, high ground, and angles. If you don't find a great spot, go ahead and reposition to a better one. And of course, with movement, we've got strafing, jumping while shooting, jump peeking corners, drop shotting, snaking, dolphin diving, and the most important is going to be sprinting while plating. I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.